Vacation Friends, now streaming on Hulu, is from director Clay Tarver, who also worked on Silicon Valley. He also wrote it alongside Tom and Tim Mullen, Jonathan M. Goldstein, and John Francis Daly. In it, Lil Ray Howard plays a man on a romantic vacation with his girlfriend where they befriend John Cena and his girlfriend. Neither of the girlfriends are played by well-known actresses. Let's get that out of the way. Anyway, the first half shows their friendship over that vacation. But then later we see them months after that's over at Harry's marriage ceremony where the other couple shows up unexpectedly and the relationship becomes a little more awkward. The best thing the script has going for it is its cast. They all have great chemistry with each other, and there are a few funny scenes. However, not all of the comedy scenes are that good. And the story is pretty predictable. This isn't a great movie, but it's a decent comedy to put on in the background. I don't really have much else to say about it. Yeah, sorry this is really short, especially to the few of you who only clicked on this video because of this weeks-old streak to streaming movie, but there isn't really much else to say about it. Besides, I'm really more interested in talking about Malignant. Malignant, now in theaters and on HBO Max, is the newest film from James Wan, who also wrote it alongside of Ingrid Basu and Akilah Cooper. It's about a woman who is haunted by visions of murders that she believes are being done by her childhood imaginary friend. Now, I usually try to avoid reviews before movies I know I'm going to make a video on, except maybe accidentally glimpse at the Rotten Tomatoes score, but in the 2 nights it was out before I was able to watch it on Saturday, half of my Twitter feed was about how crazy this movie was. Which was surprising because the previews made it look pretty much like your average James Wan movie, basically another version of The Conjuring, not saying that would be a bad thing. And for a while, that's what it kind of is, until maybe the last half hour or so when it... oh boy. But more on that later. Let's talk about the movie before that. It feels a lot like James Wan's earlier works in terms of atmosphere and the supernatural elements. However, for most of it, there isn't the same level of tension. That's not an insult. I don't think the people behind this were really as concerned with that as with those other movies. With a few exceptions, they mostly just go straight to the kills, which are definitely bloodier now. Looking back, it's pretty much a slasher movie that's made to look like a modern paranormal movie, and there are even a few scenes with lighting that look like something out of a Giallo film. And then there's the twist. I'm not going to mention what happened, but as I've said in my Letterboxd review, it will either make the entire movie or ruin it for you. And the Rotten Tomatoes audience score summary pretty much confirms that. Oh yeah, and whoever wrote that, I wrote it first, so I'll be expecting my compensation anytime now. Personally, I think it made the movie. It's the bizarre twist that takes it into a crazier direction. Sort of an action body horror slasher type thing. The whole movie will probably turn off people who would see the trailers and be expecting the usual paranormal horror, but if you're like me and like the campier side, you may be into this. No, this is not horror comedy, although one might laugh at certain scenes and reveals, but it is outrageous and fun. This is unlike what we usually get in mainstream horror in recent years. It takes risks that might detract certain people, but those who want a gory, weird horror film will be more than satisfied.